Good morning, everybody. I think I'm screaming. Why are you screaming? I'm not screaming. Uh, so it looks like we're gonna get a quick, short update from me, and I plan to be here on time. I plan to be here with you in person, on camera, and I had to get gas. I get in the car and the car gas light is on, and I'm like, I don't remember when that came on. Usually, you can kind of eye it, and I always do. Like when the light comes on, I could usually tell whether or not I want to continue on or if I have to stop right this second. Well, when I don't remember when the light actually originally came on, it's a little different. So I had to stop and get gas, and so I'm not really looking at chat or even really paying attention much to what I'm saying. So we're on the way to work still, and it is Friday. Thank God. Thank God it's Friday. And so for those of you guys that see my thumbnail, I don't want to, but I'm kind of going to discuss Karen Reed and the case against her, according to her, which it is so weird to me that this murder defendant is just out walking around after court, and she's like the number one person they go to get a statement from. Ma'am, you're not the lawyer. You're not important. You're not anyone that should really be talking. The fact that her attorneys are allowing her to speak so much is so weird to me. I don't know. But John O'Keefe will get justice. What's good always comes to the light in the darkness of this world. I have to believe in that. Good morning, Christina Rain. 6 months. Dang, it's been forever. It's been way longer than 6 months that you've been around and I've been around, and you know what I mean. But anyways, so the reason that I decided to showcase Turtle Boy, aka Clown Boy, aka whatever he goes by today, is because Core TV did a short video, and I posted it on my community post, where they actually asked him a question outside of the court about intimidating and harassing poor Lucky Loughran, who was one of Karen Reed's key witnesses. And he's like, oh, absolutely not. That is baloney. I would never. And then, so they posted this short little video where they copied and put together his actual show where he talks on his live stream on YouTube, and then they pasted it with their interview of him where they asked him a simple question like, were you harassing and intimidating this witness? And I'm not on the screen at the moment. I'm still driving to work, and I figured it would be easier for me just to talk into my phone and not look at the chat, but I just happened to look down and see your comment. So you're not going to see me because I'm not on the screen at the moment. I may stop when I stop, but I had to stop and get gas because I was out of gas. So anyways, I thought it was great that he got showcased for the clown that he is. And I cannot wait till Karen Reed gets convicted and this is all over. This case is the most frustrating, annoying case ever. But then again, I've been saying that a lot with a lot of the cases. It's like every single new case I feel like I've been following, it's got more frustration to it. I don't know why. It's weird. But we are still on a manhunt for Travis Decker, the man that unalived his 3 little girls. And he's a survivalist. The more that comes out about him and how he's able to survive in the wilderness, the scarier that manhunt seems to be, to me at least. And they don't seem like they have any signs of him. Not that they've given any of the details to the public, but at first they were actually saying that he was possibly spotted in Idaho, and they never actually said why they believed he could possibly be in Idaho. They just said, hey, this might be him. It turned out that it was not him. So again, we have no update to where he is, where he might be, what he's doing, how he's doing. Like, for all we know, a lot of people are saying that he might have unalived himself also, but I don't believe so. If that's the case, usually you would see that with the other bodies that were shown. So I don't believe so. I don't believe he went somewhere to unalive himself. I think that he is selfish, that he took these lives of his children to get back at his wife and to show the world that he is a little bitch. And he could be anywhere. With his skill set, the way that it was described on the last little video I listened to, he had the ability to place food and stuff throughout the terrain that he's familiar with, and he's able to come back to these places when needed. So it's like he may have premeditated this to an extent to where, you know, I just can't. And I don't like thinking about what these poor little girls might have gone through in the end. He might have insisted they come with him. He may have tried to, do the whole, we're going to live off grid all together in a happy family, and they may not have wanted to go. I mean, it could be anything. It's horrific. Anyone that takes the lives of precious children, or anybody's life at that matter, really doesn't deserve to be out breathing air, in my opinion. And so I'm hoping and praying that they find him or get an idea as to where he possibly may be, so that we can kind of alert the public. I mean, they're emphasizing not to step to him or to try and speak to him at all if you spot him, but they're not really emphasizing that much that he's extremely dangerous. And to me, I think that's important to state, like, hey, this guy has extensive military training. He is dangerous. He's dangerous. He's very dangerous. And so for them to say, oh, he doesn't have weapons, and how do you know that? How do you know that? And how do you know he's not on this level? I mean, when you unalive somebody, you've got to be on a certain level to where you're unpredictable. And just that, I mean, Chatty Jen, did you send me a floating heart and I missed it? Man. Oh, man. I love floating hearts. I actually ordered coffee too. That's why I knew I was going to be late. I had it all planned out. I was actually on time until I wasn't. And then it was just like, oh, man. That's how it always happens though, right? That person has to have a lot of anger and just be extremely broken. I mean, but then again, there's some people that are so mentally unstable that they convince themselves that they're doing God's work, or that they're like, I mean, look at Lori Daybell. She's on trial again, and she's definitely one of the people that literally believes, which I don't know what I think she actually believes. I think she's crazy, but I don't think she's as crazy as, like she gets it, but she doesn't get it. It's weird. People like that just are fascinating to me, but at the same time, it's like, nah, you killed your children. That should never be acceptable. And so yeah, there's that. But with Lori Daybell, she's just getting to run her own show right now. I think that's weird too. Just like with Karen, Lori Daybell is basically, first of all, she's already convicted. She's already spending like life sentences in prison. So whatever happens in these little trials that she's getting to host is neither here nor there. It's like a little show she gets to put on. Hold on, guys. Give me a second. Alright, not muted no more. I wanted you guys to see that I was alive. I just went through the Starbucks window. Thank you, Cable. It's Friday. It's Friday. Thank you so much. Let's see what you guys are saying. Right, like your dad supposed to be your protector and does bullshit like that. I mean, right. That's like really seriously, and I don't understand how this guy was allowed to have custody or rights even. I mean, and it's not that he's homeless. Somebody commented on my one video like homeless people should have rights. Ooh, I got another floating heart. Thank you. Let me put this over here, guys. Hold on. I muted. Sorry, guys. I was just ranting and raving to myself about why there was a top chat. I was on top chat. Sorry, guys. He was already mentally unstable. That's the issue. I agree with you, PJ. He should have had. Well, it's like who invites the judges to themselves? Lori Vallow does. Oh, she doesn't want to be called Lori Vallow because that would have made her look like a terrible person for killing her ex-husband. And if it's Daybell, then they couldn't look at that as a determining factor to her sentence. But she still got sentenced. I mean, I don't know what you expect when you're representing yourself. Literally, I can't. It's like she gets to run the show. She thinks she's somebody important, and she's not. And ultimately, taxpayers' money is going towards that. It's weird.
Ivana.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You too, thank you. Take care. All right, I'm back. Sorry. Well, she is, in my opinion, she's in charge of her little shit show, yeah. But ultimately, Lori Vallow Daybell, she's already sentenced to but so many freaking years or this or whatever. She's got like freaking life. So it's just, I mean, and then I felt so bad. We listened to opening statements yesterday, just to see kind of what this case was going to be about or how it's going to be. And it's like her opening statement, she's not a lawyer. So Lori Daybell literally can go up and do an opening statement. And it's like she's arguing her case in her opening statement. And so, of course, the poor prosecuting lawyer is like, objection, Your Honor. We heard that a lot in the Karen Reed case, so I'm used to hearing it. But it's like, she doesn't know what she's doing. So how are you going to sustain that objection when she's going to just keep saying the same things over and over? She's already got this written out. She's reading from her little notebook. And it's like, so what's going to happen whenever she gets all of these guilty pleas on all these different charges she's got? Look at the little box. I love it. Elena, thank you. That's my favorite. It's got little feet. And it runs across my screen. Oh, God. But I'm very easily amused, as you could see. In my opinion, I think that she should have never represented herself, gotten some new lawyers. I agree. Is that a Porsche in front of me? That's a nice car. I don't know that it's a Porsche, though. Usually Porsche says Porsche right on it. And there's a different kind of license plate. What kind of license plate is that? Huh. Anyways, I was on time. And then I needed to get gas. So, here we are. Just watching me drive around. I'm almost at work, though, so I got a makeup brush. Thank you, Christina Rain. And a poop. Pittsburgh nurse. Thank you. And Karen Reed is so guilty. I have a feeling she bought her freedom and will get. I don't believe she's gonna get a not guilty verdict. Another floating heart. Thank you so much. I think that anybody that can see and that has common sense and is reasonable can see that she was in fact driving under the influence, and whether or not everybody like, I hate that whenever there's anybody that points out like, hey, this lady was drunk driving, the other people on their side, like her side, she's got staunch fans and they're like defending a murder suspect. Like, it's the weirdest thing. But they're like, well, but everybody else was driving and drunk, and John was drunk, and his mama was drunk. Like, it doesn't matter. Whoever else was drunk driving, it's wrong, I know. Clearly there's some corruption going on within the police force if you're thinking, hey, all these police officers are driving around drunk. Okay, I get that. I understand that. But that being said, they weren't the ones that were in their vehicle, and thank you, Helena. If you got a membership from Helena, please let her know that you appreciate her, because it's awesome, and she's awesome. You guys be ready for Dolly Vision today. He might stream the Lori Daybell case. I know that he's gonna do an update, and he has a video update on Jack and Lily, but make sure you watch that channel. I don't get notifications for Dolly Vision for some reason, and I've unsubbed, subbed, notifications on, off. Like, I've done all of the things to try and get them to work correctly, and they don't. So I just have to keep a lookout for it to pop up for me. But there's a lot of stuff going on today. There's a lot of stuff, and we definitely want to keep up with all of it. And so I've been trying to kind of just listen to this part and that part and take notes on this and that. I do better when I take notes because I retain information better that way. Like, if I write it out on paper, I remember it for some reason. It's weird. But I have been waiting, like basically holding my breath to hear the officials tell everybody, hey, Travis Decker has been spotted in such and such spot, and we've got eyes on him. At least for them to tell us, hey, we have some type of idea where this man might be. Because right now, a lot of people are saying, oh, he took himself out and he's somewhere laying there to look for buzzards. I don't agree. I don't know what it is. Are you just gonna cut in front of? Go ahead, man. I guess you gotta go. You gotta go. Jesus. Sorry about that, but I'm not really looking at your chat anyway right this second. I'm almost at work, so once I stop, I'll be able to. But I just strongly disagree that the man is going to take himself out, because if he would have taken himself out, he would have done it right there with the kids. And but it's very unnerving, and I'm not in the area, so I can't really even imagine what people in that direct area are feeling. But I can bet that it's apprehension and uneasiness. I mean, this man is just out here in the wilderness, living his best life, able to survive in bad weather, harsh terrains. You know, he might have even stored himself some food to the side, and he knows where it's at. So it's like, it's very, very, very unnerving thinking like there's this random man running the streets of the wilderness. They're not streets. It's like he's definitely dead center in the wilderness. And so I just want to see somebody tell me, hey, you know, he's been spotted. We know the vicinity of where he's at, and they don't. They have no clue where he is. At least they haven't told the public to where they know. But I know so far there's been 3 campgrounds that have been PJ, his dad has helped track him. His dad, I read about that. His dad was like a Green Beret or something, and he wanted to be a Green Beret. And, all right, there are a few new videos of the girls. I'm going to look that up, because I tried to listen to a couple on my way before I hit go live, so I could kind of be a little bit updated. But I didn't see anything that said, hey, we pinpointed his location or his surrounding area of where he might be. I know there's different places where they've told the public to be cautious and to not go to. I think one of the locations was Icicle Gorge, and it's like such a pretty area, but apparently, you know, you shouldn't be going there to camp, and you might possibly encounter this wild man, which I can't even imagine. Like, I just can't even. Who does that? The whole area is on lockdown. Wow, yeah. I wouldn't want to encounter that man, so I mean, I see why. Did they bring in dogs? I didn't see anything about them bringing dogs yet, but I believe dogs could hunt him. That's how they got Cavalcante. And I think it's going to be a similar situation to where he's going to need to be apprehended that way. A lot of people said that Hatfield and McCoy should come out because they're the ones that found the one man that was wanted, and they found him by looking for buzzards. But when it comes to this situation, I don't agree. I don't think it's the same type of situation. I think that this man is extremely dangerous, and they have horses, drones, and helicopters. Awesome. Well, that's great. Hopefully they can find him quickly, or at least find him within the vicinity of where they're looking. It's like, I'm sure that they have an idea. I think they just haven't told the public anything, and that's where it just makes it more unnerving, I think. He didn't off himself. If when they find him, homicide by cop, he's a coward. He hated his sex in his situation, wanted to hurt his sex. I agree. Because that's the only thing really that makes sense. We are headed that way Saturday. Well, be careful. That was in Washington State. And I believe it's close to the Canada border also. Hopefully he has no way to cross over. Because, I mean, once he did that, he'd be out. But I can only imagine. He must have had... And the way that the wife spoke about him once this all came about, it's like she didn't believe that he would be able to harm the children. And she didn't say that they had a volatile relationship, like that he hated her. So it's kind of strange to me that wasn't in the back of her mind anywhere, that where she thought, okay, well, he's angry with me because, you know, I have the house, I have the girls, I have an income still, and he's struggling, and then he's homeless, and I would have instantly thought that, but maybe they didn't communicate. I don't know, it's weird to me. Something seems like it's missing there. But I'm worried he'll try to find her and hurt her. I don't even think they've mentioned anything about her being protected in any way. I hope that's not the case. But if he really disliked her, I think it was just his situation overall, and that, you know, it's not really fair in his mind. And so he just decided to take what little she had that was, you know, her most precious thing in life. But I just can't. And then she lost every child that she had. Like, it's unimaginable. It's horrific. And people like this shouldn't be allowed to have air. I don't think he will chance going back to harm her. I don't think so either. Chris Watts. Yeah, it's just like Chris Watts. It's just like Chad Dorman. The only difference with Chad Dorman is that he, did the unaliving right in front of the woman. Like, and Chad Dorman in Ohio, he took out his 3 young boys, and I believe they were similar in age. They were all under 10, and he basically hunted them down with like a shotgun or something, and the wife was there witnessing all of it, tried to hold on to one of the boys while he ripped him out of her arms and then unalived him. Like, I can't. That coward. And then he sat on the front steps. Cops come up and he's like, I'm not going to hurt you. And the little boy that he just unalived was like feet in front of him. And the cop is just like, shut up. I would not have that ability. I really would not. There's some police officers that really are just gifts of God, because if I seen somebody that had just unalived his son and the little boy was right there, right in front of him, and he's just like, I'm not going to hurt you. I'm just sitting here. Don't worry about it. I would just have lost my mind. The blood prints were from him. The river needs to be searched. I read some that there was blood on the girls also. Give me 1 second. All right. Sorry about that. I had a message I had to respond to. And all right, sorry about that. I had a message I had to respond to. And I have to go into work anyway. But I don't think I think the blood prints on the back of the vehicle seem staged. Like, I don't know. But it might have been his, it might have not been. I read that there was blood on everybody, but I'm not sure. There's different articles on what actually happened, and all we know now really is that Travis Dicker's out. He's wanted. Don't approach him if you see him. Washington State. Um, didn't he leave the girls because the older one phoned her mom? No, that happened in a different situation. And that's why I believe they should have really had more of an urgency when he didn't show up, at least the next day. But that was a situation that happened prior to, and yeah, it's a horrific situation. But on that note, I am going to go to work, and it's Friday. My sister husband keeps saying he wants to stuff because she filed for divorce, and I hope this doesn't happen with my nephews. Illuminati is here, dun dun dun, but I'm leaving. So you caught me, but you missed me. You guys have a good rest of your day. Thanks so much for being here with me every day. Try to be kind to somebody, and I'm out. Bicycle.